Hi everybody, Rob Keys here with another edition of What's in the Box. And for today's episode, we're going to be mixing a little bit of toys and a little bit of films and talking about my most anticipated film of the year. But what we're really talking about today is Lego. Can you hear that? That's a good sound. Remember Christmas morning waking up and going under your tree and taking the wrapped boxes and going, and you knew it was Lego, and you knew you could take those pieces, build something cool, and then take it apart and build something else that's really cool. Lego was probably my favorite toy as a kid growing up, and this is like mixing a bunch of my favorite things. Of course, Guardians of the Galaxy is a big part of what we've been covering this year on ScreenRant.com, and I had the good fortune last year to visit the set of the film, and I got to put up an interview with the star of it, Chris Pratt. It's on the site right now. I'll put a link to it in the description. That went up maybe a month or two ago, and I'm going to be able very soon to put up the interviews with the rest of the cast, including the director and producer, and a bunch of impressions, stuff I learned on set. That'll all be up beginning next week, I think on Tuesday, and of course, I'll also put a link to something else because they're trying to promote the film like crazy. We're less than a month away until this film releases on August 1st. But right now they're going to be doing like a 17-minute 3D preview in IMAX theaters across the states and Canada in like limited cities. So tickets might be gone because they put it up a few days ago. But I'm going to be seeing one at the closest town, which is like 45 minutes away. But I'll put a link to that too, so you can check it out and see if there's any tickets available for any of the locations near you. But back to this. As part of the merchandising efforts, and Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be probably the most toy-friendly movie from Marvel yet, because there's so many cool vehicles and aliens and monsters and spaceships. I have two collections to show you. There's actually three. That's part of the Guardians of the Galaxy line currently, and this one's called the Starblaster Showdown. It's from the final battle, I think, from the film, and you can see a lot of that in the trailers, but this star-shaped thing is actually called the Starblaster, and inside of it you can see that is a Nova Centurion or a Nova officer piloting it. The Nova Corps are a huge part of Nova Comics. A big part of Marvel Comics, and I actually been reading the Nova comics recently. It's now Richard Rider, who becomes Nova Prime, is one of my favorite superheroes of all time. So I'm very excited to see this, because if this movie does really well, there's a chance we can get a Nova film. But anyways, Nova Corps are sort of like the galactic, police / rescue, emergency rescue ops. They help guard the galaxy essentially, and they help aliens and different planets in need and help police their state. So a lot of the movie takes place on the Nova Corps home planet, which is called Xandar. That's a big part of what this movie is going to be about. And as you can see, it's in a star battle. Well, actually, it's in the atmosphere. It's not really a star battle. A aerial battle with this thing. This is called a necrocraft. It's an organic metal machine, and it's piloted by a Sakaran pilot or soldier there. The Sakaran are an alien race, another big part of the Marvel comics we're going to meet in this film. If you've ever read the Planet Hulk comics or seen the Planet Hulk animated feature, Sakaar, like their homeworld, is actually where Hulk lands and become a gladiator. So it's potentially going to become a big part of the Marvel universe as well. And of course, you got a little minifigure of Star-Lord, the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. His real name is Peter Quill. He's played by Chris Pratt. And he's got his little jump jets on, and he's holding what I think is the orb. It's probably an Infinity Stone or Infinity Gem, which is leading to big things come time for the Avengers 3 and other stuff. And I'll put a bunch of links if you're excited. If you're a Marvel Comics fan and you're looking ahead to movies down the road, you know what that could be leading to. We're talking about Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. But yeah, that's the smallest of the three sets, I believe. The other one I got, and I'll tell you about the third one, but I didn't actually get it. But this one is called the Milano Spaceship Rescue. It is the flagship set of the Guardians of the Galaxy Lego line, and you can see you got the big hero ship from the film. This is Peter Quill / Star-Lord's main ship. It's an alien ship. It's called the Milano, of course, and it's actually pretty spacious inside in the film. I think there's like 1 or 2 pilot seats, and there's like enough space in the back for a little bit of cargo and for passengers and stuff like that. But currently in this image, you can see Gamora, another member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, probably the most lethal since she's like an elite assassin, and she used to work for or be like an adopted daughter of the big bad villain of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thanos. But she's played by Zoe Saldana in the film, of Star Trek and Avatar fame. She's awesome and she's gorgeous, so she's going to be really good. But you can barely tell, but right behind her in the passenger seat, you can see the side of his head. That is Drax the Destroyer. He's the muscle of the team. And he's got a personal grudge against the main villain I'll tell you about in a second. But he's played by Dave Bautista, ex-wrestler turned actor. This set also happens to come with another Star-Lord, also with jump jets. But here, instead of holding the orb in one of his guns, he's got this big chest-mounted heavy weapons platform, which you've seen a bit in the TV spots and commercials and stuff like that. But I think Rocket Raccoon builds this thing for him, and he may use it to fight the main villain of the film, the primary antagonist. This is Ronan, the shine maybe making it hard to see, but that's Ronan the Accuser. He's a big part of the Marvel comics, and finally getting his introduction on screen. He's played by Lee Pace of Pushing Daisies fame. He's also in the Hobbit movies as King Thranduil. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, but just like in the comics, he starts out as a really, really bad guy, and I'm hoping, since he signed a multi-picture contract with the studio, I think for 3 movies or something, chances are we're going to see him in future movies, maybe not so much as a pure villain the whole time, but in this movie, he is definitely the big evil bad guy, the most evil character we've seen yet, apparently. And this crazy, huge hammer, it's not like Thor's hammer, but it's possibly equally as powerful. This is called the Universal Weapon. That's another big artifact from Marvel Comics there. And he's riding another Necrocraft, a larger one, I guess, his personal one. Yeah, so that's that. So you'll notice, if you're familiar with the Guardians of the Galaxy roster from the film, there's 2 very important characters missing, Rocket Raccoon and Groot. If you want to get those 2 minifigures and have the whole collection of 5, you have to get the third collection, and I'll put maybe an image in this video, or at least I'll put a link down below, but it's called Nowhere Escape Mission. Nowhere is a very important location in Marvel Comics. It is the disembodied head of a massive alien known as a Celestial. And the head is so big, it's basically a small moon. There's a mining operation there. It's the headquarters of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics, and it is, for the purposes of this Lego collection, it comes with Groot, the big walking tree, voiced by Vin Diesel. It also comes with Rocket Raccoon, who's voiced by Bradley Cooper, and a little spaceship with arms. And you also get another one of the villains of the film, Nebula, who's played by Karen Gillan, and she's got 2 swords. Very cool. Karen Gillan, of course, comes from Doctor Who fame. And I think you get another version of Ronan, or maybe somebody else, but there's like a tower with a weapon that fires a rocket. So that's the 3 sets. You can buy them individually, or you can buy the complete collection from the official Lego website. I have it pulled up here. I think it's $185 when it's on sale or something. And it comes with this, comes with the Nowhere Escape Mission. Again, that comes with Rocket Raccoon and Groot. And you also got bonus, which is not even Guardians of the Galaxy related, but it is Marvel Comics related. It's a X-Men thing, where it's like the Sentinel versus the X-Men, and the X-Men have like the X-Jet, and you get Magneto and Wolverine, and maybe a few other characters too. I think Cyclops as well. So you can buy the whole collection. If I find those 2, I'll try to pick them up, because I really do love seeing my favorite toys mixing with my favorite movies and favorite comics. So that's pretty cool. So that's it for this video. Check the links down below. I'm going to have lots of really, really cool and exclusive stuff for Guardians of the Galaxy if you're excited for this film as much as I am. And click the like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
They call themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're